Hey guys, it's Kylie. Today I decided to get all glammed up to sit on my couch again, and this is what we got. We got a very fun kind of Dory-esque look. Kind of feel like a peacock, and I really like it. I don't wear lashes all the time, so putting them on was a journey, but I am obsessed with how they look, and so we're definitely gonna keep practicing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below any recommendations you have for future videos. If you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. Going in with the Benefit Cut Brow Pomade, I am going to start filling in my brows, starting towards the tail of my brow, and then once there's less product on the brush, working my way towards the front. Now I'm taking the NYX Micro Brow Pencil to add a little bit more definition into my brows. Now taking the Tarte Shape Tape to prime my eyelids. Now setting that concealer in place with the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee eyeshadow. Going in with the shade Moonlight from the Colourpop She's a Rainbow palette, I am going to use that as my transition shade in the crease, slowly building it up. Now taking the shade Fine China from that same palette on a more precise blending brush and really tapping off any excess. I'm very slowly building up that color in my crease. It's better to use baby steps than to accidentally apply too much product, because you can always apply more, but you can't really take it away. And I'm taking that on my outer corner as well. Taking a clean, fluffy brush occasionally to blend out the edges. Now with that same small brush in the shade Sapphire from the Kathleen Lights and Colourpop So Jaded palette, I am very, very lightly tapping into that color and tapping off my brush and barely buffing that into the crease just for a tiny bit more definition. But using a very light hand. If you hold your brush towards the end of the brush, you can go in with less pressure. Going back in with the Tarte Shape Tape on a very precise brush, I am going to cut my crease. When I do a cut crease, I like to put the concealer or whatever I'm using to cut my crease on my lid, and then I look up, and that's kind of a rough outline for where I'm cutting my crease. Now I'm taking a flat shader brush to blend out that concealer. Taking Moonlight again, I am going to pack that all over my lid where I just cut my crease. Packing it on my lid with my finger a little bit. Taking my finger and packing the shade Tide Pool all over my outer corner and blending that in with the shade on my lid. Now taking it on that small brush again. Now taking Diamond on my finger, I am going to pop that on the very center of my lids. Just for a little extra sparkle. Highlighting my brow bone with the shade My Precious from that So Jaded palette. So I cleaned up any fallout on my under eyes and cleaned up the edges of my eyeshadow a little bit with a makeup wipe. And now I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. I'm going to blend it out with a flat brush first to get more coverage, and then I'll go in with a beauty blender. Before I go in with concealer, I'm going to line my eyes with the NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner. I'm going to curl my lashes before I do my wing. I like doing that because I feel like the combination of my curled lashes and my lower lash line gives me a good line to follow for where my wing should be. Now concealing my under eyes with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer and blending that out with a Real Technique sponge. And then immediately going in and setting that with the Coty Airspun powder before any creases have a chance to settle in. And then taking a loose fluffy brush, sweeping away any excess powder under my eyes and setting the rest of my face. Contouring with the Wet n Wild contouring palette in Dulce de Leche. Warming up the complexion with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, focusing that on the perimeter of my face and a little bit across my nose. Popping the Tarte blush in Party on my cheeks. I'm hitting the high points of my face with the Essence Pure Nude highlighter in Be My Highlight. Focusing on my cheekbones, my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Redefining my big freckle with the e.l.f. brow pencil. On my smaller freckles with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Popping a little bit of fine china on the outer corner of my lower lash line. Taking the Charlotte Tilbury Rockin' Kohl Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil on my waterline. And then taking Tide Pool again and running that on top of fine china. Popping Sweet Spot on my inner corner. And then connecting those two colors with Mary Jane. Kind of popping that on my inner corner as well. And then that wasn't intense enough, so I'm taking no scrubs on that same brush and popping that on top of Mary Jane. And then taking Mary Jane again and popping that on top. Hopping back over to the So Jaded palette, I'm taking the shade Peridot and popping that on top of the inner corner in that green shade. Taking the powder from the Benefit Brow ZINGS Duo and popping that on my brows. And then setting my brows in place with the Essence Lash and Brow Mascara. Lining my lips with the Essence Lip Liner in Lost in Love. Taking a little bit of the Becca Beach tint in Guava on my finger and popping that on my lips. And adding the matte cream sheen glass in On the Scene. I'm gonna curl my lashes. And attempt to put on some falsies. I'm using the Ardell Wispies and the Duo Lash Glue. Then I like to give them a little bit of a bend and wait for the glue to become tacky. And we wish for the best. So I fiddled with my lashes for 5 years and I think they're as good as they're gonna get. They're not terrible. This one's up a little bit higher, but it's fine. Now I'm gonna take the NYX Epic Ink Liner again and try to conceal the lash line a little bit. Now with the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara, I'm gonna mesh my lashes in with these falsies and load up my lower lash line. And that's the finished look. I want the spoolie.